My crush just asked me to help her write the perfect text to ask out the guy I hate. I did it, it worked, and now I have to watch them date. I've been best friends with Emma for 3 years now. We met at a mutual friend's birthday party and just clicked instantly. Same humor, same taste in movies, same hatred for people who chew loudly. She became my person pretty quickly. Somewhere along the way, I caught feelings. I don't even know when it happened exactly. One day, I just looked at her laughing at some stupid joke I made and thought, oh no. I never told her. The timing was never right. She had just gotten out of a bad relationship when we met, then I was dealing with job stuff, then she was going through family drama. There was always something. Last Tuesday, she texted me with like 15 excited emojis. I need your help. This is an emergency. I called her immediately, thinking something was wrong. She picked up giggling. Okay, so you know Marcus from my office? My stomach dropped. Yeah, I knew Marcus, the guy who shows up to casual hangouts in designer clothes, the guy who humble brags about his apartment downtown, the guy who interrupted me 3 times at her birthday dinner last month. Yeah, I know him. I want to ask him out, but I don't know how to text him without sounding desperate. You're good with words. Help me? I should have said no. I should have made up an excuse, but she sounded so happy and hopeful, and I'm an idiot. Sure, send me what you have so far. We spent 2 hours going back and forth. I helped her sound witty but interested, confident but not aggressive. I basically wrote the perfect message for the guy I can't stand to take out the girl I'm in love with. She sent it. 10 minutes later, she called me screaming. He said, yes, they're going out Friday. You're the best wingman ever. I owe you everything. I told her I was happy for her. I told her she deserved this. I hung up and sat in silence for 20 minutes. What did I just do to myself? It's been 6 weeks since Emma and Marcus started dating. 6 weeks of pure torture that I signed up for myself. She tells me everything, and I mean everything. He took me to this rooftop restaurant downtown. It was so romantic. The city lights were incredible. He bought me flowers for no reason, just because he saw them and thought of me. We stayed up until 3 a.m. just talking. I've never connected with someone like this. Every text feels like a small knife. Every phone call is me pretending to be excited while dying inside. I smile and say, that's amazing, so many times, it doesn't even sound like real words anymore. Last week, she asked me to help plan their 1-month anniversary date. She wanted something special and creative, something he would remember. You always have the best ideas. Please help me make this perfect. So I sat there and gave her my best romantic suggestions. A sunset picnic at the park overlooking the lake, his favorite wine, a handwritten letter about what he means to her, a playlist of songs that remind her of their time together. She loved all of it. She hugged me and said I was the most thoughtful person she knew. The irony almost made me laugh. After that night, I started pulling back. Slower responses to texts, excuses for why I couldn't hang out. I needed to breathe. I needed space from watching this play out in front of me. She noticed within 2 weeks. Hey, are you okay? You've been distant lately. Did I do something wrong? We were sitting in her car outside my apartment. She looked genuinely worried. For a second, I almost told her everything. The words were right there on the edge of my tongue. But what would that accomplish? Ruin her happiness? Make things awkward forever? Lose her completely? Just stressed with work, big project coming up. I'm fine. She looked at me for a long moment like she didn't fully believe me. Then she nodded and let it go. I went inside and sat on my couch in the dark. I can't keep doing this. Something has to change or I'm gonna lose my mind. I made a decision that night. I couldn't keep torturing myself waiting for something that was never going to happen. Emma was happy. She made her choice. It was time for me to make mine. I started small, joined a gym near my apartment, started cooking actual meals instead of ordering takeout every night, called my old college roommate I hadn't talked to in months. Then I signed up for a photography class. It was something I always wanted to try but never made time for. Every Saturday morning for 8 weeks. That's where I met Lily. She sat next to me on the first day because she was late and it was the only open seat. She accidentally knocked over my coffee reaching for a lens. She apologized like 15 times and offered to buy me a new one. It was half empty anyway, don't worry about it. She smiled, and something just felt easy. We started grabbing lunch after class, then it became coffee during the week, then random texts about nothing. She sent me pictures of weird clouds she saw on her commute. I sent her pictures of my terrible cooking experiments. It wasn't intense or dramatic, it was just nice. She laughed at my jokes, she actually asked about my day and listened to the answer. She remembered small things I mentioned weeks ago. I wasn't a placeholder with her. I wasn't the backup plan or the emotional support friend. She just wanted to spend time with me. Emma noticed the change before I even realized it myself. We were grabbing coffee one afternoon, first time we hung out properly in almost 2 months. She kept looking at me weird. "You seem different." "Different how?" "I don't know. Lighter? Happier?" She paused. "Who is she?" I laughed and told her about Lily, the class, the spilled coffee, the random texts. She smiled, but something flickered in her eyes, something I couldn't quite read. "That's great, I'm happy for you." A week later, she called me late at night. Her voice sounded off. "Can we talk? I need to tell you something." We met at our usual spot, the bench near the fountain in the park. She was already there when I arrived, looking nervous. "I broke up with Marcus." I didn't know what to say, so I just waited. It wasn't working. He was great on paper, but something was missing. I kept comparing everything to... She stopped herself. "To what?" She looked at me for a long moment, then... "To how easy things are with you, to how you always know what to say, to how safe I feel when we're together." My heart should have been pounding. This was the moment I dreamed about for 3 years, but I just felt calm. "Emma?" She nodded slowly, tears in her eyes, but she understood. "You're my best friend, you always will be, but I spent a long time waiting for you to see me, and somewhere in that waiting, I stopped seeing myself." She wiped her eyes and laughed softly. "She's lucky. I'm the lucky one." We hugged for a long time. It wasn't awkward, it was closure. I walked home that night feeling lighter than I had in years. My phone buzzed. A text from Lily. "Saw a cloud shaped like a dinosaur today. Thought of you. Weird?" I smiled and typed back, "Not weird at all. Send pics." Sometimes the friend zone isn't a death sentence. Sometimes it's just a detour. And sometimes the detour takes you exactly where you were supposed to be all along.